A hit dog will holler. Let me say that one more time. Dr. Umar style. A hit dog will holler. What's going on, my beautiful geek culture? As always, I'm your boy O. And today, we have to talk about James Gunn's Superman budget, and also James Gunn himself has confirmed that Superman isn't 2 hours and 2 minutes, it is 2 hours and 9 minutes. Although I must say, the guy truly believes that he is debunking something. Now look, before I get started, do your boy 3 major favors. Please hit that subscribe button. And after you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell, because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to their platform. Hitting that notification bell certainly helps. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out with that algorithm, baby. Now let's get into today's video. Now let's get into the drama. This article is coming from worldofreal.com. It is titled James Gunn dismissed $363 million Superman budget as false. Now, a THR source says it's real. Now, I'm not going to read the entire article. I'm just going to give you what I need from it. However, I will leave the link in the description below just in case you guys wants to read it yourself. All right. Gunn frequently responds to rumors, debunks leaks, and offer behind-the-scenes details, sometimes to the point of spoiling surprises or fueling unnecessary drama. So I guess if you critique anything regarding James Gunn's Superman, it's unnecessary drama. Okay. One of the many things Gunn has debunked is the leaked budget for his upcoming Superman. He swears it's $130 million cheaper than what a government filing stated. We're going to get to that, the government filing. Warner Brothers and DC has been telling the press that the film's budget was $225 million, which I told you guys the other day, I don't believe for 1 second. However, if you recall an article published last year in the Columbus Business Journal citing data from the official Ohio Motion Picture Tax Credit website, reported that the production on Superman actually cost $363 million. $363 million. These people spent $363. That's 2 films. That's right, 2 films. And I'm going to tell you exactly why I feel that this is embarrassing. All right. Now, THR has spoken to a longtime financier who claims the $363 million figure is far more than accurate than the $225 number that Gunn and Warner Brothers are pushing to the press. Remember, they're talking about is $225, talking about Gunn and Warner Brothers. And the press is going with that. However, they are failing to realize that we have proof. All right. Honestly, who should we believe? A figure filed with the government, likely under penalty of perjury, or the studio's PR spin? It's hard to imagine they lie on a tax filing. Here's what the official original tax document stated. Superman Legacy filed a tax credit application for $36 million and the full production budget is $363 million. They have to provide all of this information due to section 122.85 of the Ohio Code. So it is the law. What did Judge Dredd said? I am the law. Right. So let me give you my opinion on this. What is the point of lying about your budget? What is the point of embarrassing yourself when you know damn well we have the information already? One person asked me, how is it that you don't believe that Superman's budget is $225 million, but somehow that I believe that Captain America Brave New World's budget was $180? The difference here is we do not have official tax filing for a credit on the film's budget. We ain't got that for Captain America, but we got it for that of Superman. No wonder why they out there talking about $700 million to break even and so on. So no, hell to the no. Ain't no $700 million. This thing needs to make $1 billion. And if you ask me, that still does not guaranteed profit. Why? Because there's another report that Warner Brothers is willing to spend $200 million to market this thing. So right there, you take the 363, well, you can deduct the $36 million if they got it from them, right? You can take that and you would be what? $297 million, and the other $200 million for marketing, you're still at $500 million. $500 million. The Avengers, I believe that was Age of Ultron, only cost like $270, something along those lines, maybe $300, and that has a team in it. Yes, we do have these cameo roles, but I feel like a film like The Avengers should be structured a little bit differently from that of Superman, because it is about Superman and you don't have time to develop all of these characters. So it makes sense for a movie like Age of Ultron to cost $300 million. But it doesn't make sense for Superman to cost $300 million without marketing. And let me tell you why I said that is embarrassing. Now, over here on Deadline, James Gunn has confirmed that I don't want to watch that. James Gunn confirmed that Superman is 2 hours and 9 minutes, which is 7 minutes more than what was reported to us. I feel like this guy has a mental problem. He wants to debunk something so much. How does he know if the 2 hours and 2 minutes was what people was talking about for the actual film? Because if you ask me, that's all the movie's going to be. And that is at best. We're probably looking at an hour and 59 minutes and 59 seconds, just like that of Justice League. Now, he also tried to debunk that DC Studios sits on its own, right? It doesn't answer to that of Warner Brothers. I don't believe that for 1 second. Think about this. You want me to believe that you set out to make a Superman film, right? And I'm saying this because he wants to debunk the fact that Warner Brothers made him cut some time off of the film. You want me to believe that you actually set out to make a Superman movie featuring all of these characters. As I told you, this is more features than a mid-2000s hip-hop mixtape. And you wanted to make it 2 hours and 9 minutes. You truly want me to believe that. This is asinine. This is stupidity. I don't understand why anyone would believe words that comes out of this man's mouth when we have proof. A lot of things is just common sense, right? 2 hours and 9 minutes for a Superman film starting your own DC universe. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. You may be able to sell a crackhead crack, but one thing that you're not going to be able to sell to 4KO is a goddamn lie. That's how I feel. That is a goddamn lie. We know how Warner Brothers operates. We know for a fact that you did not intend to make a Superman movie that is going to be 2 hours. Let's just call it that, because you got post-credit scenes, you got the end credits. This is a short film. Goes to show you that a story is most likely non-existent regarding that of James Gunn's Superman. That's how I feel. I feel like this is a rush job. As I said before, nothing about this film screams structure. Nothing. Nothing. And when it comes to the budget, think about it like this. You spent $300 million on a film that is just 2 hours long. I'm at a loss for words. There's no way in hell you should be taking that direction. In fact, if you were going to give us a 2-hour Superman film, the budget probably would not be $300 million if you don't feature all these damn characters. See, personally, if I was running Warner Brothers, even if I commissioned James Gunn to build me a DC universe, I would have limited him to just $200 million. That's it. I would have had, things set in place that he could not do in order to make sure I'm going to be able to make money. There's a reason why the shareholders voted against David Salzup's bonus for 2024. It is because they understand that the company is ran by a bunch of illiterate people. That's right. They don't see a bright future in Warner Brothers. That's right. They feel like better leadership could exist. That is why they voted against paying David Salzov. Now, when it comes to James Gunn's Superman, they better hope and pray that this movie is sitting on $1.5 billion. Because if it isn't, this is going to be another embarrassment, just like that of The Flash, Blue Beetle, Shazam, and the Fury of the Gods, Wonder Woman 1984, and The Suicide Squad, which would be ironic because if Superman loses money, that means that James Gunn hasn't yet to bring DC a profit.